50-50 in the race, so it's one of those.
Carcetti, there is the instantly recognisable. In that same shot there were Maribola, Aprilia boss, Kenny Roberts Jr. fan of Maverick Vinales has become their second ever.
Performed on the grid, that's coming up very, very shortly too.
Little world right now, isn't it? No, around the world, you've got the best seat in the house for this Red Bull Grand Prix.
On track again at the restart of yesterday to understand form for the long race without...
Friends rather than foes now down on Ringer. A late rear tyre switch here for the rendition of the American.
Everything. Tyre life as always.
Uphill struggle for the factory KTMs. Miller from 11th, Brad, and the sprint winner Maverick Vinales up ahead of him immediately.
Alex Rins, Jack Miller, Andrea Dovizioso, Casey Stone and Maverick Vinales. Fonzie Nieto. Can he maintain the sign in dominant fashion, a start to finish victory? Martin to lose the lead in the World Championship. Away from the front of the grid. That means Acosta's first ever MotoGP front row starting second. Theme to get us underway. It is a heavyweight front row in the Lone Star State. Pecco Bagnaia racing on American soil. Of the 12 races, very much in favour of Jorge Martin after his superb.
Behind them are all on the soft.
Pensive on their feet. They're enjoying this spring 2021. Second pole in the last 4 Grand. And we are racing in MotoGP here in Austin. And Pedro Acosta, a couple of years ago, Vinales gets properly barged by Bagnaia.
Across the run-up in the background. I don't know whether that was an Aprilia.
Martin wastes little time in finding his way through. From a long, long way back.
That's Miller.
It's Marc Marquez, no way through, finding a way through on his factory Ducati teammate Bastianini.
18, and let's hope Martin does something heroic in the next 2 quarters.
Pedro first time, and it won't be the last time, will it? In 9th.
The other factory KTM made no progress.
On the cutback will come Pedro Acosta. Oh, Miller and Marquez.
Bagnaia then through on Jack Miller, taking full advantage. He passed Marc Marquez on the way out.
He's gone for it again, but once again it's an aborted mission because Acosta's right on circuit. It's the world champion, Pecco Bagnaia. Now, Martin, Acosta goes defensive this time.
What Martin's doing.
Yeah, and Pecco Bagnaia is going to be wary of that, careering off the circuit at one point there. But Sam Martin's trying to get creative.
Oh, no, he isn't.
He's trying to get inventive by this move on more than one occasion. That's about the 5th gear turn 10.
Wow.
Oh, and he's almost into the back of Martin. That's in 8th place. He's less than 2.5 seconds.
Just coming back at them. He doesn't want to let this go easily, does he?
In Qatar, he's mixed it with a very Costa. It's heart in the mouth when you watch it. Oh, he'll say it's
Pedro Acosta's the only rider in this leading fight.
Unreal onboard action here in the MotoGP World Championship. Their bravery here, absolutely incredible. Martini's already had a big rub with Jack Miller on the very first lap. Here's MotoGP at its very best, isn't it, here in Kota? Power and the grunt of the Ducati down this 1.2 kilometre back straight. There's nothing that beats for comfort, wasn't it? A little bit more of a firmer Grand Prix so far. 2:03.282.
Oh, Pecco Bagnaia needs to make contact already in 20.
Powder dry, comfortable at the front.
As KTMs are really fighting the good fight at the front of this race. Brad,
having got through the KTM, man, what can Vinales do, setting about getting himself back in podium?
Pecco Bagnaia right up behind him again as they flash through the pit.
Comes through into the infield section now.
Or through the rest of this lap. It was 9/10 through the first sector. It's going to be
matter of when and not if.
Ain't out of this yet.
Another Honda has departed the Vinales knows. He's got to get on with this. He's got to find a way to regroup and quickly make sure he covers off Bagnaia through. There's Fabio Quartararo, Alex Rins and Luca Marini.
The lead of the Grand Prix back, and he just muscles Martin aside.
He clicks down the back straight, but it is Pedro Acosta versus the new serious trouble coming here as well from Maverick Vinales. Marquez has gone down. Listen to the crowd. Marc Marquez as he crashes out of the lead. Kota Grand Prix, and now Maverick Vinales. You bet he can. Acosta is what, 9.5. Stunning recovery. He has now right on Acosta for the lead here in Kota, and it's a fight that Acosta said all weekend he can do what he wants now on an RSGP.
Just seen it coming and just gone back through on the cut back out of the corner.
Unrivaled. Bastianini trying to go full send on this stage.
Yeah, he carries that speed once again through turn. Leads more than a couple of corners. He will surely streak clear.
Yeah, that case. And Raul Fernandez.
He just can't match the turning of the
medium tyre, and he is making it sing now, isn't he?
Yeah, we saw him in Portugal. He won the sprint race there. Yeah, the bike turns better, it looks like, than his rivals.
Track limits warning. We've seen a couple, but that means he's had.
And there's one thing we know: if you were on board with an Air Bastianini,
So
So we've not mentioned his family.
On that previous lap, Binder for
Hold that thought for a second. Pedro Costa 4-10's
Come back to you, then it's like
Maverick Vinales. Here is Pedro Acosta.
a late onslaught here from Pedro Acosta.
I hate losing, and that's surely what's going through his head. Austin, there they are. Look, they're telling him it's 0.7, which
Through turn 2. Was there a mistake there by
Bastianini crawling all over the World Championship.
He's on the podium at stake between Martin. We lost the drive. Bastianini on the red paint on the outside.
Checkered flag. Jorge Martin's lead would be 21 points.
Any dangers that we thought he might just be suffering. 5.35 seconds clear of Pedro Acosta.
You have to say, midway through that 2021 season, to become a Grand Prix winner on a third.
Honest. As he mentioned, he's going to be just the 5th ride. Sensational 2nd place, back-to-back. 3 MotoGP races for 3 different manufacturers. 3 fully factory, a prettier team, and a place on the podium. Maverick Vinales. Congratulations, Maverick Vinales. Congratulations when his hopes ended at turn 11, having
4th in the World Championship. He's ahead of the reigning World Champion, Pecco Bagnaia.
Unbelievable.
Joan Mir urges Honda to take responsibility for the disappointing performance of their 2024 MotoGP bike as they have taken a wrong direction. Honda appeared to have made significant progress with the 2024 bike during the Valencia test last November, but this proved to be a false dawn. HRC is last in the constructor standings with just 8 points after the first 2 rounds of the 2024 season, with Mir achieving a best position of 11th in Portugal. Honda riders occupied the last 4 positions during Friday practice for the United States MotoGP, with Mir crashing in the final minutes and finishing 20th, 2.047 seconds off the pace. Acknowledging that he had doubts about performing well this weekend, Mir said Honda seemed to be paying the consequences for taking the wrong development path with the RC 213 volts 2024. Yesterday, I was not too confident about today. We faced some problems, more difficulties than I expected after the preseason tests. The problems from one track to another are not improving. We are not improving. I can't specify what the problems are, but I think we have taken the wrong direction and now we are paying for it. We must continue working. The issue is that we might have identified the problem, and now we need to tackle it. In reality, my position today might not reflect the actual because I had an accident, but I think I had no chance to advance to Q2. Last year, I was closer. I missed Q2 by a few tenths. Right now, we are struggling more than last year at this track and also Portimao, said Mir. When asked whether he believes HRC can get out of this rut, Mir responded, "What's important is to take responsibility for what's happening, to swiftly change and try to quickly shift direction. This is very important. Here is where we must be clever in handling the tests. The concessions will be very helpful to do so. Well, as a rider, I feel strong. I push. I don't give up, but right now we have a limit," said Mir. Honda's last victory at the Circuit of the Americas was 12 months ago through Alex Rins, but Mir noted that the potential in braking and agility of his bike has worsened since then. Previously, braking and turning on this bike were quite good, and we could see that this bike was very agile, more agile than other bikes. Not anymore, concluded Mir,